Hello Vistas, how you doing? Y'all holding up okay? Hey, from what I've seen, looks like you're all learning a whole lot and you've been having a bit of fun as well. Your events look great, and if this were real life, I'd attend every single one of them. Of course, if time were of no essence either. In Module 3, we discussed creating, maintaining, and strengthening relationships through special events, and now we're going to turn our focus to writing grant proposals as means of raising funds from government and foundation sources. Pursuing grant opportunities can help organizations that are seeking to grow, expand, or try a new idea. It's important to know which of your organization's needs are appropriate for grant funding. And it's important to research grants thoroughly to find the opportunities that best match your organization and your project. You can waste a whole lot of time working on a grant only to discover in the fine print that your organization is ineligible. When writing a grant proposal, it's crucial to follow grant instructions precisely, make sure all of the details are consistent, and make sure that all of your budget numbers add up. Often, granting agencies and organizations will not fund a project 100%. Funders expect some project funds to come from other sources. If you're planning to apply for a grant that requires some other source of secured funds, you'll need to have those partnerships in place before applying. You might want to get that process started well before writing the proposal. One final detail: grant applications have tight deadlines, so make sure you allow yourself lots of time to perfect the proposal. Simple mistakes can sink a grant application. Government grants provide a very small percentage of funding that keeps the lights on for nonprofit organizations. However, government funding is often directed toward organizations that focus on anti-poverty missions, kind of like community kitchens. Because of this, VISTAs involved with fundraising might want to pay more attention to government-backed funding than other funding sources. Funds you receive from government sources often are strictly dedicated to specific purposes. When you receive government grant money, you need to spend it exactly as the funding agency asks you to spend it. Government grants also pose administrative challenges to smaller organizations. Challenges can range from complex accounting procedures to implementing performance measures to track success in meeting their desired outcomes. Responding to a government grant often requires a team of people to put the proposal together. While a grant writer can tackle the text elements, a financial officer, or someone who's involved in the financials, needs to be involved in creating a budget and budget narrative. Foundations are nonprofit charitable organizations that generally take three forms. Family foundations are started by individuals or families to meet their philanthropic goals. Corporate foundations are the nonprofit arm of a for-profit business. And community foundations are created by several individuals or groups aiming to support charitable activities in their community. When looking at foundation funding, it's important to make sure that the foundation supports organizations in your area. Likewise, make sure your interests align with the interests of the foundation. Foundations usually have a wide range of deadlines and funding windows, as well as different requirements for constructing their proposals. For example, you may have to write a letter of inquiry so you can receive an invitation to submit the proposal. A foundation may invite representatives from your organization to make a presentation to the key funding decision makers before they make their final decision. In this module, we'll explore three phases of pursuing grants. First, we'll learn about the grant process. Understanding the process and laying the groundwork for proposal writing can help position your organization for success in pursuing grant funds. Second, we'll research grant opportunities. It's not always easy to find grant opportunities that align directly with your organizational goals and the project you seek to fund. However, the closer the alignment, the much better chance you have of receiving funds. Third, we'll be writing a letter of inquiry. When seeking foundation funds, this is usually where you start. After reading your letter of inquiry, you may be invited to submit a full grant proposal. Keep in mind, the language used in letters of inquiry is more concrete and less emotional than the language we've used in other fundraising appeal messages. You'll be practicing all three of these phases of the grant process as part of your role at Community Kitchen in raising $50,000 of grant funds for the Summer Community Garden Project. You'll answer questions about grants from members of the Fund Development Committee who have very little experience with grants. You'll research requests for proposals and grantmaker profiles in the FDO database, looking for opportunities that align with Community Kitchen and the Summer Garden Project. For one of the opportunities you identify, you'll write a letter of inquiry on behalf of Community Kitchen with the goal of receiving an invitation to submit a full proposal for the garden project. By completing these tasks successfully, you could raise $50,000 for the Summer Garden Project, bringing Community Kitchen just that much closer to the goal of providing summer lunches for neighborhood kids in need. As you work through Module 4, please remember, I'm here to help you be successful. If you have any questions at all, send me a quick email, call me, or let me know if you want to meet online somehow, chat live. So keep up the good work, and I'll see you around.